Rinnegan is a significant dojutsu in the Boruto universe. It is an essential aspect of the series' power system as well as its lore. Because of its significance, there is a lot to learn about the Rinnegan, especially about Boruto's Rinnegan if he gets one. So in this video today, we are diving deep into the details of Boruto might be getting a Rinnegan, and if he gets one, then what would he be able to do with it? So let's get right into it. So before getting into anything else, let's just first look at what a Rinnegan is and what it can do actually. Along with the Byakugan and the Sharingan, the Rinnegan is the most noble of the three Great Dojutsu. As explained by Jiraiya that when the earth becomes so corrupt that there is no hope left, the Sage of Six Paths bestows the Rinnegan from heaven. While this is pure speculation according to what Jiraiya had heard, Rinnegan's backstory does correspond to some extent. The bearer of the eye has the power to turn into a god. It is entirely up to them whether they become a god of creation or god of destruction. Kaguya Otsutsuki was the first to awaken the Rinnegan. The Rinnegan is distinguished by a ripple pattern that extends across the eyeball. It is normally purple in hue, however, there have been instances where it has been red, yellow, or blue. So what are Rinnegan's abilities? The Rinnegan grants the user access to the Six Paths Jutsu, which are basically 7 powers. These powers allow the users to have certain abilities, some of which include controlling over attractive and repulsive forces, extraction of souls, chakra absorption, summoning of different creatures, access to the King of Hell, etc. Out of these powers, the one that is known as the Outer Path also enables the user to resurrect the dead, send chakra into black receivers, materialize chakra chains capable of binding anybody they come into contact with, and control 6 bodies with black receivers known as the 6 Paths of Pain. The 6 Paths of Pain all share the Rinnegan's user's field of vision and have copies of Rinnegan in their own eyes. When a Rinnegan user comes close to the moon, the Rinne Sharingan awakens in their forehead, allowing them to cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, which encases everyone in the moonlight in Genjutsu. The Rinnegan, on the other hand, can repel light, and when combined with Susanoo, can keep others from falling to the Genjutsu's impact. To perform the jutsu, the practitioner must form the rat hand seal with someone who possesses all of the tailed creature's chakra. The Rinnegan can also be utilized to transform into the 10 tails. The Rinnegan appears to bestow unique skills on each individual user. Sasuke's Rinnegan enables him to swap places with an object or person within a specific range of himself, as well as to open portals to other dimensions. He has asserted that his Rinnegan is also skilled in various sciences, including pattern recognition. Momoshiki can absorb any ninjutsu or chakra with his Rinnegan in his right hand and deliver an intensified version with his Rinnegan in his left hand. Urashiki's Blue Rinnegan permits him to travel back in time and relive events. So now you get the idea on how a Rinnegan actually works and what powers its user gets. Now let's get down to the main topic, which is Boruto himself. So will Boruto be able to awaken his Rinnegan in the time skip? Well, we can answer that with a yes. And why is it thought that Boruto will be able to awaken the Rinnegan without fully manifesting it? Because we know that when a user reaches that stage of karma, which is known as Karma Stage 3, is the level of mastery where a user is fully able to access all powers of the Otsutsuki, who actually provided or gave them the karma. That also includes the access to their dojutsu's powers, and we also know that Boruto has access to all Momoshiki's powers and he should be able to awaken the Rinnegan. We are also aware of the fact that Momoshiki has Byakugan in both of his eyes, but he has got one Rinnegan in one of his palms as well. And with the anime version of the series where Boruto and Sasuke were up against Momoshiki, it looked as if he had the access to the basic dojutsu power like the almighty push, as he used it very much in the fight. Now, for Boruto, we know that he is in a state where he has not attained a Master of Karma to a full extent. And even in different fights of Boruto with different individuals like Code, he knows that he is missing out on something like a Mastery of Karma during these fights. And at a point where Code was mentioning that Boruto is getting closer to the point but he hasn't reached there. The idea that only Kawaki and Jigen can use their Otsutsuki Dojutsu, it still does not make a lot of sense as Boruto has a Karma Seal as well. Now, here we should keep in mind that once the full body extraction is done, the user is able to use 1 or 2 dojutsus of the Otsutsuki. So maybe in Boruto's case, when the extraction is complete, he will be able to use the Rinnegan. There is also a possibility for Boruto to unlock the Rinnegan in the future because he had access to the Byakugan when fighting against Momoshiki. However, there is one thing to be discussed here. We don't know if Momoshiki had actually unlocked the Rinnegan on his hand or did something else with it. We're not sure if the Rinnegan does actually belong to Momoshiki. For example, if we take Kakashi's example and say he has a child. Now, Kakashi's child won't be able to get his Sharingan because it was not his and does not have it in his DNA. However, in Sasuke's case, if he has a child, let's say, then his kid will definitely receive one because that is what's in Sasuke's DNA. So, in order for Boruto to awaken the Rinnegan, it really depends if Momoshiki had got that Rinnegan through normal means when he was in his base form. However, when Momoshiki transformed himself into the final form state, he did actually unlock one Rinnegan on his forehead. He didn't have one in his base form. So if Boruto is getting all his powers from what we can say fused final form of Momoshiki, there is a great possibility that Boruto will be able to have his Rinnegan. So we can say that Boruto should be able to awaken and use the Rinnegan if he fully masters Momoshiki's powers while conscious. Dojutsus can be used by Karma users. Jigen may use Ishiki's ability while in base. Now, if we talk about the powers he might get using the Rinnegan, there are going to be different powers. For example, seeing a chakra flow. The Rinnegan, like the Byakugan, can observe an individual chakra flow in tremendous detail and can also see beyond invisible walls or barriers. So if Boruto awakens the Rinnegan in future, he might have this ability. This is an extremely useful skill for both psychological and actual warfare. The Rinnegan bestows the power to master all 5 basic nature alterations on its possessor. It additionally enables them to easily learn any jutsu. Without the Rinnegan, only a few shinobis in history were able to master all 5 basic nature changes. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the 3rd Hokage, is a perfect example. So Boruto might get these powers as well if he receives a Rinnegan. And along with these, there's also a greater chance for Boruto to get some additional powers if he awakens a Rinnegan, known as the 6 Paths Jutsu, which we have already discussed in the beginning of the video. Now, there's another question that rises here. Will Boruto be able to save or bring Naruto back from the other dimension if he awakens a Rinnegan? Well, it depends on the situation that if Boruto's Rinnegan will be enough to save Naruto. Because at this point, Sasuke's Rinnegan is also necessary to save Naruto. Sasuke just lost his Rinnegan after a Momoshiki-possessed Boruto wounded him in the eye. The fans, on the other hand, have long contested Sasuke's loss of the Rinnegan, perceiving it as yet another attempt to nerf the powers of Naruto's protagonist in the sequel. According to a fan hypothesis, Sasuke never actually lost his Rinnegan, he simply requires a spark to reawaken it. The desire to save Naruto may be the ideal one as the two had formed an unbreakable relationship while battling on opposing sides. Thus, when Boruto returns from pause with part 2 and the long-awaited time skip, Sasuke will most likely have already discovered a way to restore his Rinnegan in order to save his best friend, Naruto. But we'll see if everything goes in the future according to the fan theories or not, and for that, we'll have to wait a wee bit more. And that's all. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Let us know what you think about Boruto's Rinnegan in the comments below. As always, if you found the video interesting, then leave a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell for more such videos. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye!